Hello, class. My name is Jack Riley, and I decided to do my presentation on the internationalization of the NFL. A little bit about me. I'm a second semester sophomore here at Bloomsburg. My major is undecided currently, but I plan to declare business admin management this spring. I also play football here for Bloomsburg. What attracted me to this topic was my passion for the NFL. I've just always had a love for the game and a love for the NFL as a whole ever since I was a young kid. I also wanted to see if the NFL would be as popular around the world as it would be here in America. Also, I want to see if the culture could predict how the NFL would be successful, like dependent on the country. So, how the NFL gained its popularity in America? It was originally a small organization that only played in America and wasn't popular by many people until like 1970. Then it really exploded because of the TV and clever marketing by the NFL, just like in different commercials and all that. Also, the NFL is really like representative of the American culture and still is today. Now that we understand how football has really come up through America and how it's spread all throughout it, we need to know why it needs to change currently and become an international game. American football has not been embraced by other countries and cultures simply because they don't understand it and they have other interests like soccer and rugby and all those sports. Also, the NFL has maximized its markets in the US and they have no room to grow because every single state has one or has at least one football team, if not two. And the best way to expand their markets would be through internationalization. What the NFL is doing to change now, they tried to start a separate league, like a European league, but it didn't really work out because they felt like they were a second class to the NFL, which is true because the NFL is so big and so strong, they really couldn't get a say in what they could do really. Also, they're starting to recruit players from other countries to join the NFL. Like you can see, like there's a bunch of guys who like played rugby who are coming over, trying to make their way throughout the NFL. Also, the NFL started youth leagues in England and Canada that have similar cultures to ours, and I think that's a great idea. Just like developing the youth and developing a sense of love for the game. What the NFL could be doing better as a whole would be to not create separate leagues in different countries, but to expand the NFL into those countries. They could also further the development of the youth programs worldwide instead of just Canada and Britain. They could go into like countries like China or India with a lot of consumers in which they can make a lot of money from it. Also, they could advertise the NFL better through social media and through the television networks in other countries. Now that we understand the why and the how the NFL needs to change, we need to look at some of the benefits of the NFL changing. It would help the global popularity of the sport, and it would help unite the world as a whole through common interests and something to talk about. It would also improve the image of America around the world, and it would be more money for the US and other countries through tourism, advertisements, and all that good stuff. Although there are many benefits to the internationalization of the NFL, there are some negatives. The first one would be the travel issues for the teams. Just getting each team to different countries would be definitely a struggle. Also, the time difference when they travel. so the teams would have to go a little bit earlier just to adjust to that time. Also, it's a big risk for the NFL. Say the expansion doesn't work, the NFL could be at a huge loss and they would be in a bad place. How this topic relates to our class, it will require countries to agree on taxes and travel and healthcare for the players. So they would have to have a lot of collective security between the countries. Also, the advertisers for American business will get new audience, and this could help drive American business interests around the world, growing America's GDP as well as the other countries because most of our goods are coming from other countries. The final thing would be that fans will want to travel and watch their team play. So tourism would be a huge income for each team and each country. So they would have a lot of money to spend and buy their merchandise and buy their food and grow every country's economy. In all, this would be a huge risk for the NFL, but the reward would be unthinkable, and it would make NFL one of the most powerful things in the entire country. Also, I would love to see the sport of football be loved worldwide, not just in America. And also, I would love to visit international cities and see what food they're selling stadiums and the mascots they choose and the different touchdown celebrations from each culture. I just think it would be cool to see other countries have the same love for the game as we do. Thank you.